Alrighty traders, so that is a wrap for the week. What an amazing week it's been for me. I want to share some things that I have done myself personally. So I want to share a trade that I did this week for me, and also a bit of a wrap around what's happening with these markets right now and the warning signs when it comes to gold, guys. I hope you've been listening to my warning signs for the last week, the last few weeks, because I think it's time now, guys. I think we're going to start to really see gold get hit quite hard. Let's go straight into it. Don't place a trade based on what you're seeing in this video, because there is no guarantees of making a profit in the market. It takes you a long time to become a good trader. So this video here is just to educate you to become a much better trader. Alrighty traders, so one thing that I really want to sort of walk you through firstly is the really big thing that I'm always trying to embark with you on when it comes to you and your personal trading is that I'm trying to arm you with the tools of knowing how to arm you with the tools of how to see what's probably going to come real soon. Okay, we can know if you're in the if you're in the chat box looking for the exact day, tell me when the exact day this is going to happen. You are losing. That is a dead end road, right? You know when you drive down a street and it's a dead end? That's a dead end, because guess what? Newsflash. No one knows, definitely know when's the exact height and when's the exact bottom, and like no one knows, right? No one does know that. But, and here's a big but, when it comes down to, say for example, gold, you can use simple analysis when you're looking at gold. And I was doing some analysis here. This is actually, oh, but put this way, guys. Well, this here was actually a trade. I had a conversation with my coaching clients today, because this is what this trade here. There was a trade here that happened on gold that I was in for close to a couple of months and made a lot of money for me with my trade. And I was telling them about why the pattern is, and there's actually another trade setting up exactly like this that's likely to make a big move, exactly what gold did. And so I was talking to them, if you're interested in becoming a private client for the next 12 months for me to coach you, then go to getjohnshelp.com and fill out the application form. But that's the reason why there's a lot of lines and stuff drawn in here. But the purpose of me saying this here, guys, okay, all right, if being really good at trading is about saying, okay, then this is what's happening right now, and this is probably what's going to come real soon. And what is that, right? That is, and the reason why that's important is because if you can say, okay, we're actually expecting some sort of drop or some sort of pullback or some sort of sideways movement real soon. So we're expecting that. When it does happen, you're like, oh, I've been expecting you. People that don't expect that to happen, they're like, oh my goodness, the sky's falling, right? No, the sky's not falling, right? Sky is not falling. And so the reason why I say that is, if you look at this here, look what happened with gold just recently. Look at this here. This is the very, very, very first time. Look at the candlestick reversal sticky thingamajiggy, right? And I know I'm going to get in the comment section below. This guy calls it a sticky thingamajiggy, right? I'm going to listen to this guy. I love it. I love it. By the way, guys, I want to say that I really appreciate you on those application form. I've been talking to a lot of people lately, and it's been amazing. So I really appreciate you guys. So anyway, so we definitely getting sort of reversal type of pattern when it comes to this here. But this is the very first time we've actually had, after a really nice move up, we're getting this sort of pattern from here. So the whole purpose about what I'm saying here, guys, is I'm always trying to arm you with the tools about what's likely to come, right? And so if we look at the actual daily charts now, let's go back to, this is the daily charts. Look what's been happening right now with these daily charts. If I zoom right in, let's go say to the last 3 months, last 6 months, cool, there we go, right? If you look what's been happening now, we're starting to really slow down, right? And it's something that I was talking about here. And so therefore, guys, look, this is actually, we're getting, as you can see, we're getting very weak here, right? And why is that? A false breakout move, right? We've got a false breakout move here. So this here was a false breakout to the upside. Then we got a reversal back to the downside. So this actually could be the start of a lot more downside to come, because remember, that's the daily charts here. Remember what the weekly charts have been telling us, and it's something I've been saying for the last few weeks. And I've always said, I don't know exactly when the top is going to be. This one right here. I don't know when the top is going to be. So I started warning people through here, 3 weeks ago. Now, again, it's not about picking the exact, oh, this is the exact top in the market. No. What it is it's a result of saying, okay, this is what's probably going to come over the next few weeks. We don't know when, but when it does, we're not going to be surprised. And with that, we can make good trading decisions, right? So now we're getting this thing through here. And so now, as you can see, we're probably going to start to go through up, sideways, up, sideways. We're probably going to get what soon? We're probably going to fill into here. Now, when that fill into here takes place, guess what? That could be a 10 or maybe more % drop on the downside. If we go back to their daily charts, we could start to see potentially gold maybe even come back down towards here somewhere, right? Come back down, say, to 2,400. Maybe, right? But if we do go, say, through a 10% drop, we could maybe get back down to, say, 2,500 from there. Yeah, from there, right? So, again, just expect that. And just once again, traders, what are we seeing through here, right? Look how far away we are from the moving average. Look what happens every single time through history of how the markets work. Look what happens. We end up coming for a pullback, right? So what's probably going to come real soon? There's actually, it's a long way down, right? It's a long way down. So that's what's happening right now on the good old gold market as well. The silver market here, the silver market has actually been really struggling. I would have thought that silver would have actually had a lot more of an upside than it did. We did get the breakout, but it is absolutely failed. And I got this wrong. I really thought silver would actually have a big follow through because we got the big breakout, but we didn't. It just went sideways, and then now we're completely sort of going through here. So this is actually looking quite weak when it comes to the silver market, and this so far to me is looking like some sort of a false breakout. It really is. So this is short-term analysis, guys. Short-term analysis, okay? On a short, it doesn't mean we're going to completely start to go down, but when we look at this weekly chart, the most important thing for me is these levels all through here, right? That's the most important level. As long as we stay above, right? As long as we stay above these level, this level through here, that was the low, and that was the low. So silver could right now do this, right? We could actually start to see this action, right? So we could start to see silver come down through here, hold, and then start to pick back up again as well too from there, right? So that's what we're seeing. That's what could happen. But the most important thing right now, guys, is this low through here, right? Is this low right here. As long as we stay above this low through here, this is still a very strong upward trend, but just a short-term a little correction could start to come into play from there. So let's go look at the Dow Jones and see what actually happened with the Dow Jones for the week. Just a nice good pullback. And again, we look at this weekly charts here, guys. We were expecting some sort of a pullback anyway, some sort of a slight little drop. We're still in a very strong upward trend. We did get pretty far away from the moving average. Now we're getting a bit of a short-term pullback from here. So it does look like we're probably likely to start to see this thing, there could be an incredible move coming. Or actually, yeah, I'm seeing there's actually a couple of really nice setups that's happening right now, guys. And the number one thing for you guys, and this is what I do coach in my coaching program, that the number one thing for you guys is that let me ask you a question. Do you know what a high quality setup that has the potential of making a really big move over the course of a few months looks like? Do you know what that actually looks like on the charts? No? Cool. That's your foundations, right? Because I was actually saying to my coaching clients, because there's actually a few of them right now. Now that goes in through, you've got to get education, right? You've got to educate yourself on what that actually looks like. It's not just a matter of show me what that is right now, John, on YouTube, right? It takes a bit of time for you to really fully understand the concepts and then see it again and again. But that's your homework, right? That's where you're at. Because I was saying to my coaching clients today that one, there's actually a few of them that set up right now that could be an incredible move. But also, secondly, that I believe that people's ignorance around, I'm not going to invest in education and coaching and stuff like that. People's ignorance around that and not wanting to get help, people are literally missing out on millions of dollars of opportunity because, as you know, right, if you don't know what you're looking for and you go to the market, then there could be an amazing high quality setup that's likely to make a good move over the next few months that could do really well for you financially on that trade, but it completely misses you, right? You don't see it. Why? Because you don't know what you're actually looking for, right? It's like when you buy. I was giving the analogy today with my coaching clients of You know, when we buy a new car. When we buy a new car, now guess what? What happens? We start to see that car everywhere. Why? Because now our brain knows it's important to us, right? Now we see the car everywhere. Oh, the car was always there, right? Trading is the exact same thing. Once you know what to look for in a high quality setup and it becomes part of you and it becomes really, really, really important for you and you're actually looking for that, guess what? You actually start to notice a lot more of them. And that's when your success can start to take from that through there. So moving on now through to the Nasdaq. And again, the Nasdaq's still very, very, very strong. We may get a little bit more short-term downward side from here out of the Nasdaq. But again, I definitely wouldn't want to be short this indices from here. Same for the S&P 500, up and then back down again. Always be looking at the weekly charts, guys. Okay, always be looking at the weekly charts. And in the week with the weekly charts, if we go up and then down, we make a high low, up, down, make a high low, up, down, make a high low, up. As long as we come down, as long as we stay above this low through here, 54. Then we are still in an upward trend. So we may get some downward movement from here, but then from here. So I'm seeing a really big strong rally from here. And then move over now through to the Russell. King Russell. That's what I see. I see King Russell. I think Russell, once it breaks, guys, and this has been one of those lackluster dugs, but once I see right now, especially what's happening here on this sort of level through here, right? So you can see that through there. So, but once this does break, then there is a really, really, really big move to come from there. So anyway, traders, hope this really helped you out. Once again, guys, if you are struggling this year and you know you need some help, then make sure you apply for my 12-month coaching program for 2025. And you can see all the details in the link in the description. See you guys.